All right, here we go. We're about to start match number 2. It's going to be the best of 3 in this finals day. So we're getting the server up and getting all the teams placed accordingly. And it's going to be Team Biters again versus Team SteelAxe. We'll see if they have a different strategy. In the first match, Team Anti and Team Bananas did a green science rush strategy, and barely were edged out by Team Biters. Nefrums and his team did a military science strategy. Let's get to the match here, and let's bring Shredguy in, and let's get it started. My guess, my prediction is that that Anti is going to have a different strategy. Same teams.
You think he had 2 completely different strategies in the books?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yes, I do. he had strategy 1, which is green science, and then yes, same teams, Wes. And then the second one, I bet he's going to have a different strategy based on the outcome or the execution. He may elect to do the same thing depending on what happened. He may just say, okay, our execution on the plan was bad, but I don't think so. They were throwing science really early, a lot of it. And Nefrums and company weathered the storm very well at the very beginning. As Nefrums extended the build out, you saw them bring turrets with them, right?
Yeah.
And they weathered the early storm, and were able then to start throwing military, and very quickly, there was, I think it was, around the 15, 18 minute mark, they were able to get more threat onto, or more evolution onto the south. So they were good. They did a great job of building and defending at the same time. And it was one of the observations from JD, is he says, look, you can immediately tell who's in charge. When 2 players run by biters, one of them stops to deal with the biters, and the other one ignores it completely.
Yeah. So, do you think Nefrum it worked the first time? Let's see if we can get it again.
Yeah, my guess is no difference in the second strategy. My guess is no difference in the second game. Same strategy. That's my bet. I bet Anti's got a different one. Or it's map dependent, based on what he sees. Okay, Ximoltus is ready. Let me get my timer start ready. Here we go.
And
okay, look.
Looking at the south, there's a nice space.
Okay, here we go.
To build the modular to the west of the silo. They've got a combination hatch just outside the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of copper. Iron seems a little... They do have another patch to the north, so we'll see.
So that water is going to present some advantages in channeling the biters in. So the teams have taken advantage of that. We haven't seen all the map yet. No oil on either side. It may be on the same difficulty, and oil may not even come into it. But let's see. Let's look for coal rocks. Not many. And turrets, also not many. Looks like only 4, maybe 5. Oh, no, a bunch of them. Okay, this may be significant. Anti likes this. Anti likes getting lots of turrets early, so it looks like 4, 7, 10 turrets on each side. So Nefrum's team has swooped them up. They're going to replace those, and they're going to carry them with them depending on where it is. But Anti is they're going to replace theirs too. But Anti does like to have lots of turrets in his inventory to start out with. It's really smart to spy on the other team early on. Phoenix is probably saying, all right, let's put power right there. If I had to guess, or the line right there, power may go up there. I don't know. I guess I don't speculate. You're right, though. Iron does look a little thin. Okay, so look at that, 87K. That's not much. That's very lean for iron. That iron's going to run out. 154K is not much. We're going to be iron short for all of this. But look at the similar size copper patch right north of that, 500K for about the same size for a fifth of the density richness. It's not good. Both teams have good coal and stone.
Yeah, I think it's a tough decision to say, okay, you know, if we're looking for a longer term strat, right, later, lad. If we're looking at a longer term strategy, do we try to get to that iron ore, that 154K that's north of the big copper patch, or south of it?
Mm-hmm.
Or do we just kind of, you know, if you're gonna push out there, you're gonna have to defend it. So,
yeah. So look, upper right, east, northeast. There is a little bit of iron showing, right there. We'll see if that's part of a bigger plot.
Well, and that could be something too. Is that you say, okay, we're gonna go for this kind of out of the way iron ore and belt it in, and the bugs are going to come after our main base, and so this iron ore is kind of hopefully will be left alone.
Many teams, what they would do is the pillbox strategy was ruling the day early on, and we've seen a little bit of a departure from that. But these pillboxes, they almost always had an air gap between the turret and the wall. These that we see in this match and in the previous part of this tournament do not have that air gap. And the air gap is important so that the biters can't get straight to the gun. Biters can reach over the wall if it's really close. They can reach over the wall and hit the gun. But I don't know that it matters any, because this iteration of biter battles has spitters right out of the gate. So I don't think it matters any. It may not matter anymore because spitters go straight over the wall, whether you're one gap or two gaps, right? So they may have just abandoned that, and it's easier to draw wall around it, just and not worry about the air gap.
Right.
And the spitters. So Wes says the space helps prevent spitters from spitting at the wall and hurting the turrets. Oh, there might be splash damage. So maybe they should bring that air gap back. We saw that. I think Colonel Will and JD did all kinds of pillbox strategies to a lot of success in the early versions of it. Now there's been a lot changed along that, but they were all pillbox. So what they would do is the first few attacks that would trickle in, they would go, okay, that's a lane. And then they would block that lane with a pillbox. And then another one come from the left side. And then they would go, okay, that's a lane. So they would wait until they would see one attack come in, and then they had assigned people that would go fill those lanes, right? So that was a pretty smart way to do it, and that was very successful in terms of defense. They would think about it in plugging lanes of attack. And it worked pretty well. And so pillboxes were able to expand and push out, and then until you got to oil and flame turrets. And once you had flame turrets, it was a 4-hour match. All right, here goes another line.
Question.
So here you go.
Is there any benefit to throwing some early red science over, or?
Not anymore. So two reasons why. It's not bad. Two reasons why. One, your own tech tree. You can't if you're gonna rush grenades, you kind of want to get your armor and your heavy armor done. So that and your SteelAxe, in case you have a bunch of trees that you need to pull up. Kind of want to save your red science for yourself, right? Reason number one. Oops. Reason number two. I'm hitting on the wrong keyboard. I'm gonna put this keyboard away. Hang on. Reason number two is that the early threat, the early evolution track kind of takes in all of the red science work, right? The players are on a cranked up difficulty, so the benefit of throwing red science over is not really there. It's not going to accelerate you more quickly than what the natural passive throw is. So look at the mutagen log again. The passive feed, that's a lot. I mean, look, it's already thrown 30 red science. One could easily argue that 30 red science should instead go to heavy armor, right?
Yeah.
So on the higher difficulties, red science becomes less and less efficient because the passive kind of takes care of that 0 to 10, which is where your red is really going to be effective. Once you get past into 10 to 15 evolution, it's a hard road for red science, right?
All right, so
and
the South seems to be a little
same.
a little behind on building, and where Nefrums, they've again, it looks like they're going with the same deal that they had, and getting those lines put together for the military science, and probably to Nefrum's benefit and SteelAxe fighters, that they had this nice open area kind of to the west, to the left side of the silo, where they can build their lines. So kind of keep it defense, where last game they had to kind of push out to the north beyond their walls. So this could be I think the maps rolled a bit in SteelAxe Spider's benefit.
Yep. Yeah, coal and military, coal and stone are real good for military, and that's what you need a lot of early on. So I would see that they've that you would want to do this military strategy again. Looks like he's doing it. He's got the line up, and that is going to be stone. Yep, that's going to be stone, and that's going to be a wall builder. So yeah, he's going to go military again. Green Science Make from Phoenix is there. So maybe this strategy is, hey, this Green Science is a winning strategy. We just didn't execute well, which could have been the thing. Or maybe we did see Anti go off and build some stuff on that out near that east side with the oil and the coal, and maybe he thought that might have been a mistake. Instead of having 4 in the base and 1 off, you basically reduce your labor force by 20% that you could be building. And if it was close, right, as close as it was, maybe just saying maybe I should have stayed in base a little bit longer and not branched out, and that might have been the difference. So he might be just think, hey, it was our execution was off, and so we're gonna do the same plan but different execution. Fish is good to spy early on. I'm a fan of that. It makes sense to try and get your bearings as soon as you can. Both teams don't do a ton of exploration. They got stuff to do, and they got assignments that really have to be executed on. Everybody's pointing out that this mixed door patch down here is a troll face. Yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee it. All right, military is absolutely going to come down. Those are the wall builds that Ximoltus is putting down, and the grenade builds. It's half coal, and this is a genius build, by the way. Half coal, half iron. It's really great. And then the copper is going to go out the other side for the ammo. Oh, look at there. JD has noticed that there is some extra iron out there. He's pinged that on the map.
Oh,
and
nice.
so has Anti. Anti has found some more iron, so he's probably going to go throw that out there.
So theoretically, the bugs will come to the main base, get towards that silo, players draw them off, and that they can mine this this patch out here in relative peace.
Yep.
Theoretically.
Yeah,
And
shouldn't get too much
get
tax
that
out there.
extra iron.
Right. Yeah. So that's what Anti's going to do is he's going to get some more hand-fed iron, because 2 observations is that is a very weak patch. That'll start to dry up pretty quick. Look at that. So it started out at 89K for as big a patch. That's very thin. 89K is already down by about a sixth, down to 76K. Same with Nefrums. They've got it's going to be down pretty quick. Look at that, 1.8, 1,000 under each of those miners. That's going to go quick.
Yeah. So again, I think it really depends on if you think this is going long term, right? Getting that extra iron. I mean, still, even on the north, they're at 77K iron there. I mean, and you know, it just comparing it to the last game, it looks like, you know, they might be a third of the way through their having built their military science already. So, you know, once they can, you know, pull the trigger on the military science, you know, it's having miners on a 500,000 iron patch might not be, you know, ain't gonna help you much if you know the bugs are coming. So
Right.
we'll see.
So looks like the first bit of green science is off. There's 40, almost 50 in a bucket now. So I expect the throw to happen here in the next minute or so. We're at the 14-minute mark, and no throws yet. There it is. Never mind. 14-10 was the first throw at Phoenix. Feeds 162 up north, so he's going to put them on their heels. And I didn't have the timer up the last time to show, so I can't really compare. But look at that. The evolution jump took it from 3.8 to 10.4.
Yeah,
that's neato. I like how they keep track now. 14 minutes. That's fast. It's very fast.
So it's again going to come down to can Team SteelAxe biters hold off the early green science throws from the south, get their military science, and really get it flowing.
So Anti's found himself another coal. Yep. So he's going to go get some supplemental iron out here. Yep. All about weathering the early storm.
You're going to lose a turret at the top here, stupid spitter.
So it sounds weird. Do you remember how to ping the map? Control Alt click. You remember how to do that? Yeah. So hold down Control, hit Alt, hold down Alt, hit click, and then click it. Left click. You can ping the map if you need to ping it. There you go. Look at him go. Like Look at him go. They don't have.
Hey, Droid Boy. Yeah, this is the grand finale of biter battles. We had first bracket probably about a month ago, and so now we got we're battling for the grand championship of the universe for biter battles. We've got Nefrums. Should be a common name if you're been paying attention at all to the Factorio community. We got Nefrums and SteelAxe biters in the north, and a stranger to Factorio, newcomer AntiElitz to the south with SteelAxe banana. And so they're battling each other, and as technology rises, biters become more the hordes become larger, become more. You get the medium, and so the real strategy comes in to sending science to the other team, which greatly increases the bug's evolution and threat. And so essentially what we're seeing here is AntiElitz is going with his green science builds. And so typically what he does is send a large amount of green science to the north, to the other team. Doesn't necessarily have to be the north, but a lot of green science to the other team, and to boost their the evolution of the bugs. In the north, what Nefrums has been doing is that he pushes military science really early, and the military science, when you send it over, you get a 5-to-1 over green science in terms of increasing the other team's evolution when you send it over. So that's kind of what we're seeing here, and essentially what the North has to do is be able to defend the extra threat that AntiElitz has been able to inflict on them in the North. And so I was skeptical of it last game, but it
worked.
It worked. And so it's just a matter of if they can tread water.
Yep.
If the North can tread water, Team Nefrums can tread water long enough and get their military science going and start firing that over. It came down last game to both teams were going to lose.
Yeah.
The bugs had them on their heels, and it was just a matter of which team was going to lose first.
Yep.
And AntiElitz, the bugs got to his silo first, and when the bugs destroy the silo, it's over, Johnny.
Yeah. Somebody said seems
I don't
like
know. I don't know. Go ahead.
Says somebody said in my chat, seems like Team North has a sixth player from time to time. It's like that's what good teams do.
Yeah.
See, someone's asking, hey, is it 5-on-6? No, they're just really good teams. Okay, look at Xorian. Looks like he's gonna enclose and he's gonna go way out. He's gonna enclose that big the troll face multi patch. Oh, look, they put down more green ghosts. Oh, they've moved it. They moved the ghost to the turned it around the silo, curved it around. Auntie's out there.
Keep a very small footprint.
Fiddling around with iron.
They can. It just got deleted. So.
Oh, they moved it. Okay. They were within
keep a very small footprint.
They were within 60 seconds of both dying. I would say. Both the biters were all over each other's bases, and it was a matter of 60 seconds, I would say. Acido's in here. Acido. Oh, he's commentary. He's pinging something.
So
oh, look.
Our first medium biter on the north.
Oh, look. The first military throw from north to south. 50 and 81. And look at there, Acido pointed out that that iron line is broke. The incoming iron line that feeds second line of military is broken on north. Both teams have grenades, so they're going to be able to defend pretty well.
I like that. SteelAxe Spiders, Nefrums team, they seem to be getting out there a little earlier than what they were doing last game in terms of meeting the bug hordes head on and not waiting for them to get into their base. At least the latest, and I think that is key for Nefrum's strategy, is they got to keep an eye on that mini map. And when they see the horde coming, somebody has to get out there, get the grenades, get out there, and meet them before the bugs get into the base. So if they can do that, I think they can be really effective with this the military science strategy.
Look at there, 350 green science sent. And one thing to note in these mutagen logs, so click the fish, click the mutagen log tab, knock off 5 minutes off of this time, and that's match time versus map time. All right, so when we saw the first throw from Phoenix at 162, the very bottom one, that was at 14 minutes match time, 19 minutes map time. So just do that in your head, because this left side time is medium's on both sides now. This left side is map time, which doesn't take into account the 5 minutes for trusting and putting everybody on the teams, etc. So one thing to note. North has now enclosed the wall completely. They need a radar out there and some guns to give them some time, but otherwise looks like they're going to enclose that wall. And this is something we haven't seen. Antis is going to be vulnerable out here to his attacks, or to his outpost.
Not great.
Mm-hmm.
But that being
and he didn't have any fish.
He gone. He gone. He gone.
Oh God, he's got to be pissed.
That iron patch is gonna be gone.
Yeah,
he gone, boys.
That's a shame.
By the time you get back out there,
that's a shame.
Ouch.
God dang. And that's got to be very. It's nothing but unlucky, because that trajectory would be very unlikely to take him past that outpost. Oh, now he's gonna be pissed now. God damn. He's pissed. Oh, he's gonna go down. No, he's not gonna go down again. He might not have any fish. Oh, God dang, he's gotta be so pissed. And in this match, seconds matter, so he cannot afford to be down twice. I mean, if last match was down to within 60 seconds of both teams dying. I mean, it could have gone either way. So that's bad news bears for him to go down twice, especially on that outpost. Biters are in Team North, but looks like they're going to deal with them okay. Xorian's got some grenades.
He doesn't go down.
Oh, he's out of grenades. He needs some help. BumbleBeeRider, throw a grenade on Xorian right now. Grenade your friend. Oh, there you go. Grenade your friend. Warger's there. Helped him out. Good job.
Yep. And so the real damage there was taking extra players from building. Not necessarily any physical damage, but just time lost on being able to build, hand feed stuff.
So the outpost.
We got another big horde coming into the south.
Yep, that's going to break through. There's no one over there. They need grenades over there.
Yep.
Patrol's grabbing some grenades. He's going to loop around out there and go get them.
Yeah, that's the benefit of having those extra layers of walls.
Gives you time. Yep.
Yep. You can get out there, and he'll probably handle it pretty well.
Oh, those turrets are out of ammo. So the main thing, turrets are kind of expensive early on, not so bad, but they take a little while to make. So that's the you can't really handcraft them too well. You gotta throw 3 components into a machine and get them going.
All right, we got another giant horde coming in on the north, adding walls as he goes.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good move.
Those grenades.
That's a good move. See, he saw him coming in, and right there at the wall, he just added a layer and started throwing grenades. It's perfect.
That certainly helped him a lot, because they would have been through there. So
perfect execution. Well done. 25 to 27, and let's look at where they've crossed here. So North took the lead. I want to say at the 25-minute mark. I don't know how that compares to last game. I wish I would have had my timer up. Say just now took the lead. I mean, taking the lead means the other team has higher evolution. So, yeah. Ooh, might go again.
So they're only down to 62K on the north for their main iron patch. They got the 151K. I think that's going to work out. I'm not sure about trying to build the wall over this mixed patch.
Yeah.
I think I would have maybe drawn the wall from the bottom of that lake across. And, you know, if you need that patch, then you push into it later. But extending that wall all the way up, you can see you're losing walls. You got a couple of idiots up here chewing through it. And, you know, you're just going to lose walls. And somebody's, you know, I'm sure they looked at it and they went, we don't care. Oh,
Yeah.
nope, somebody went up there. So, right, Nefrums has to go up there, spend the time to kill a couple of idiots to protect this mix patch, which you might not even get to.
Right.
So, and the time to run back and forth.
I like the idea that Lumis did last time, which was just throw down some. Also, he had tons of stone, right? He had tons of stone to lay down paths for him to go faster, right?
Yeah.
That's a good heads up play. So Xorian on the northeast side is doubling up the wall, so that's probably good. Nefrums feeding 121 more to the south. So look at that last throw. So Phoenix threw the one before that. Phoenix threw at the, say, 27-minute mark. He threw 299 to SteelAxe, and it went from 25 to 27. See, it's going to get thinner and thinner, right? Meanwhile, 121 Nefrums went from 30 to 33, which is once you get into the 30s, it's bigger jumps. Right, so long term, this military first strategy it seems like it's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh man. So that's not a bad strategy. What I might have thought to do is, instead of making this, to your point, Shred, to making that a square, maybe angle it so you can funnel the biters down to about here in a pocket, right? So these biters that are coming in now, they're not really hitting the wall. They're being channeled by there's a breach. They're being channeled by the wall downward, and that's better than Nefrums having to walk all the way up to the top to go deal with a problem. Yeah. So maybe think about a funnel situation instead of a blocking situation. Well, that breach is no good. Warger's down. Oh crap, that's no good. I got to deal with that. That's good. So maybe that's the correction for next time, is angle that down so that the biters are not blocked, but they're funneled, right?
Yeah.
Might be better.
So they got to get their belts fixed here. They lost power, lost some furnaces.
35%.
So
Bert's going to go deal with these. Going to go dance with these biters for a little bit. Anti just runs right by him. He's got other things to do. I can tell. That was the smartest thing I've ever heard JD say, is you could always tell who's in charge when two players run by a threat and one of them deals with it and the other one ignores it. You can tell who's in charge. Oh, man, JD's great. I'm going to put his link in the chat. You can go see him. He's pretty great. 900 flasks. That's a great throw.
They've got two, especially the one on the southwest, coming into Anti's Bay. I don't know what route they're taking. I'm not sure where the hell they're going. Got to remember these bugs ain't the brightest.
Oh, that's a big one on the left side.
Yeah. They're gonna chew up all the
boxes.
Good job, bugs.
Box wall.
Way to prioritize, idiots.
All right,
Here
but
they go.
awesome patrols over there to deal with them. Phoenix is going to go deal with them. They'll go pretty quick. There's not a really high percentage of mediums in there. There's kind of looks like a 1-to-8, 1-to-6 ratio in there. It's not super high yet, so they'll die pretty quick to medium to grenades. But he's locked himself out. He's gonna. Yep. See, I knew it. I just opened the gate. Oh man. Yeah, so see, you'll see more and more green science being thrown, and it's less and less of an effect. So Phoenix just threw 900, and it's barely it's not really impacting too much. Bumblebee has pointed out. Okay, so Bumblebee, they threw a fish, and they're able to look at Team South's outposting. And so he's just saying, "Hey, look at what Team South is doing. There's more iron out there. As we're probably getting thin." So I'm looking at the iron production going. It's making it to the end of their line at the moment. Is that prioritized? No, it's just a full line up there. Okay, we're good. Good. All right, Anti's back in action, outposting. I think what he's just doing is dragging all the iron in manually and then throwing it into the green science makers. That might be what he's doing.
Yeah,
Well,
they do seem to be burning through their iron a little bit quicker, but that smaller iron patch to the north seems to be enough.
At this point in the game, last time, once we crossed the 40 mark, both teams were starting to show a little bit of cracks in the defense. Both teams also seem to be in a little bit more of a controlled position this time.
Yeah.
So this is they both have established double walls in many places, and they seem like they're in more control than they were last round. So that's kind of good. I guess it's good in terms of execution. So both teams are executing pretty well to their plan. Xorian needs some wall.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and SteelAxe Banana AntiElitz team. What they got 8 now. Green science builds. I don't recall what they had last time. I want to say 6.
Yeah,
maybe 5, they had 8.
6. Yeah, and they didn't have 8. I think they had 5 or 6. I think you're right.
Yeah, so it looks like their strategy, and they got more to come, is to keep with the green science idea, but just have more of it. So we'll see how that works out.
What is this line right here? South. Is that a plan? That's interesting. I don't know what that line is. That looks like a plan of some sort. It's not a wall. I don't know.
A lot of mediums in this.
All right, now look at the ratio of mediums here. It's over half, right? So this is gonna get more and more dicey. Bert's gonna deal with these, but it's gonna wreck that plot out there with all the grenades he's gonna have to throw. Yeah, he's having to work hard on the a lot of grenades to consume because of the ratio of mediums. Oh, he's got some. He's trapped some in the wall. All right, yep, and north too. Over half of that's mediums. Looks like a kind of a 60-40 split. A lot of mediums now. And what that means right now is just more grenades. It's not really indicative of a new complex problem to solve, the way large ones are, right? Large is another threshold, right? So once it crosses 50, you'll see the large biters start to pop in. Then you got another.
Somebody needs
Yeah.
Somebody needs to take care of this horde of bugs quick.
Yeah, they're going to get through that wall. Yeah, they broke through up top. Ximoltus is going to be there.
So it
Yeah, so it's more of it's a bigger problem, but not a different problem. Large viters produce a different problem because grenades are not so much. Not.
And we see again a patch in the south over to the east.
Yep, wrecked.
It's been decimated again by bugs. I just a lot of resources, a lot of time.
So look, Anti's moved up.
This.
Yeah, he's looked like maybe he's abandoned. He's moved up and moved a little north, a little south and east. Got a new patch. Uh-oh. Okay, look at that. JD spotted that Phoenix is down on the west side.
Yep.
And
they're going to take out the and just south team is going to have to grenade some of their own equipment. That's got to hurt. Somebody went down again. Who is this?
Phoenix.
Phoenix went down again.
And North got one of their players down. That was Ximoltus. Awesome patrol went down south. Okay. Recoverable still. Lumis is taking them out and keeping the fight outside the base, which is good. It looks like they're rebuilding the wall. They got some time to repair, and they also have some time to get some more grenades. So there's grenade machines on both sides of their coal. So that's good. They can just kind of walk around on either side, stock up. It's a really great grenade technique.
So what both teams are doing that I just disagree with is that I don't see any lights in their base. And it makes it very, very difficult for me to see what's going on here when it turns nighttime.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
North.
Here we go. Here we go. This is ugly.
Much better. Thank you,
See if they can. They need to get more people out there.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Five people went to go address the problem. It's no good. It's one or two, and it's part of the plan, right? When one or two people go address the problem, it's part of the plan. When all five of them do it, that's not part of the plan. Oh, I alted. There we go. Yeah, at nighttime I tend to stay a little zoomed out because it's a brighter display. I can zoom in during the day, but nighttime. Yeah, Factorio lighting is an issue. I would like to see them give us spectator glasses at all times, or I guess Bob's mod has a really good night vision goggle, where it's like perfect vision. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be nice for
spectation.
For spectators. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good job on the south. They lost some wall, which is no big deal. Got plenty of that. And dealt with the problem handily.
Another, they keep hitting this one, the eastern side on the north.
Yep. Nefrums going to go deal with it.
Yeah. I would really focus
he's got a fish.
My walls. Oh,
he's down.
Nefrums down. Nefrums down.
He didn't fish. He didn't. Those medium biters hurt, or those medium spitters hurt more than you think. Especially you gotta have a fish.
I would really. I mean, this is where they seem to be really coming, but this is where I would focus my walls on this eastern side. But you know how that goes. As soon as you do, then they start coming from somewhere else. So
right. Look at there. So now, very, very big, a big difference in North and South this time. North is the one who is reacting more, right? South last time South were on their heels a lot more often. So maybe just keeping it close for a little while and pouring the green science on.
And 255 green juice went from the south to the north. But yeah, just expanding on what you said, Clown. It's just not having the effect to increase the evolution as that military science.
They are 1.4 away from large biters. Then they've got a new problem. It's not a bigger problem. It's a new problem, right? Large biters are not gonna have it when you start throwing some grenades on them. It's a different thing. They're gonna shrug that off, and they're gonna keep going.
Yeah, I'd like to see, if I was in the north, is just getting more of that military science. I think we're probably getting close to the point where, it's gonna come down to. They're both a giant wave is gonna come in, gonna breach, and who's gonna last the longest? My spidey senses are tingling that we're getting close. Unless they can really get AntiElitz, if they can get that military science over, get them over to 50% real quick. I mean, it should be 49.3.
So look. So here's an illustration of the diminishing returns. So 50 at the 19-minute mark in the match, Xorian threw 50. Military, and it jumped 8 points from 4.8 to 12.7, right? Jumped 8 points. Fast forward to right now, it jumped 0.4. They threw 55 and it jumped 0.4, right? That's your diminishing return. So even the goods
49.5 now in the south, and it took 26 flasks to move it up 0.2.
Yep.
So
Xorian is throwing smaller.
Focus.
Yep, Xorian's throwing smaller and smaller. All he wants to see is that number hit 50, because he knows that he's going to give him a different problem. He's going to trigger the large biters.
Another 23 flasks up to 49.7. Yeah, get it in there. There's 14 military potions waiting. 21, and they can get them to that 50%.
Fodder. Look at Anti. He's given some. He's got plenty. He's got too much stone. So he's going to give him something else to chew on. Going to delay the stuff for a little while. Look at that. Open the gate. Close the gate. You see that? Oh Ouch. Man. There it is. 50. And any second, we'll see the first biter pop in. It'll do a note. So the possibility to pop in a large biter is there. So it'll churn, and as that threat keeps increasing and it starts popping more out, then the first large one will come out. It's going to be another close one.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's delaying them, right? Look at that. Anti-smart heads-up play. That is, furnaces are cheap, 5 stone. They're cheap. They got some good. Right. They got a good amount of hit points, 200 health, and it's easy breezy. It's all it is time. Wall has has 350 health, so 2 to 1. And the other advantage of putting these furnaces out there is volume. They can sneak through, but you can cover 4 spaces, and it triggers some of them to attack, which kind of splits the horde for you to deal with them a little easier. It's really heads up play to put those furnaces out there. It's really good. Furnace wall. I don't know what this is. What's going on with this? Is this furnace wall? Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, Lumis. He's just doing more furnace wall. Very, very interesting. Okay. War of attrition. Here we go. Okay, Xorian was killed out at the outskirts. Ximoltus is down.
They're up to 51.3 now. 180 military juice went over to the south.
I have not
you can
seen.
Just see.
Yeah, I haven't seen the large yet.
41 green went to the north.
I haven't seen the large one yet.
Same effect.
Yeah, I haven't seen the large biter yet. I haven't seen the message to pop it out.
So,
Xorian down again.
Problems. They're having some problems in the north.
Housewares.
They got quite the horde. Nobody was there. They're late to get over. Not good. And even on the northeastern wall, nobody's there.
Yep. Oh, Bumblebee's down. Xorian's down. Oh my goodness.
Yep,
There's biters
not
attacking
good.
stuff near the silo, but they're not on it. What I would do if I was Anti, I would start spying on them and figure out if they're on their heels. Throw that fish. All right, north is on their heels.
Yep.
No oil, but it's not going to matter. No one's found any crude yet that we've seen. But neither team's strategy. Oh, power is down for all the north. Power's down. And Team South is digging in. There more furnace walls.
A big spitter was spotted far away on Team South.
There you go.
That's not good.
Greens.
Here we see their the furnace wall.
Uh-huh.
Kind of it's distracted him, and somebody can get out there.
Oh.
Ouch. And he down.
Bert's down. Bert's down.
He gone.
So,
this is going to be painful.
It's going to be close.
They're going to take out that, and
oh,
ouch! Somebody else down.
Phoenix had no grenades. He had grenades and fish, and he just died. Oh, that's just an execution mess up. He went out there. Phoenix was trying to throw science, and he didn't deal with the
They are
on the silo.
Yep.
Anti saves it on the silo.
Taken care of. So they're both running into it.
Right side.
The bugs.
Oh my goodness! Phoenix needs to get his body back. There's grenades on there, and he needs to deal with that. That's real bad. Ah, Phoenix was it was a miss. Okay, Anti's dealt with the threat over on the west. Okay, they can I don't know if they're gonna rebuild. They're gonna re-wall and keep going.
Ouch.
Oh, it's gonna be so close again.
On the north, we got a large horde on the east. Nefrums and Bumblebee on their way over. I probably at this point wouldn't worry much about those the copper as long as they can keep some. To be honest, I probably wouldn't worry too much about sending over much military science at this point.
Right.
From the north to the south, they just need to focus on keeping it going and wait for those big bugs to make their way in. And we're starting to see them.
Here we go.
They're
here.
Those are,
and they're here. They're here. The first one's
and
look at them.
Down.
Oh my goodness.
Factorio down. So they were able to take care of them.
Yeah. It's a lot of grenades. That's a lot of grenades, man. And look how much wall they chewed up before they got to it. Those big biters are no joke. Sorry, I was saying they were green ones. They're not. Sorry, they're green. Behemoths are green. Sorry. I'm envisioning green ones, the blue ones. And Xorian should do pretty well with this. If he doesn't step in the acid. Ooh, couple waves.
Ouch.
Anti feeding some more. Phoenix feeding some more. Phoenix is recovered from that mishap earlier. He's doing good. Oh, it's going to be so close. Both silos are slightly damaged. 4,800 apiece.
Let's see what this... down in the south, we got a big horde coming in. And we'll see how they can handle it. They definitely got the walls there.
It's a pretty lean ratio, maybe a 1 to 10 for large biters at the moment. Did I hear Anti shooting a pistol? No, he's got a machine gun. Okay, good. I thought I heard a pop 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 pop.
So yeah, the south is really dug in and seem to be holding up. And if
wall.
If they can get the north to 50%, which is that's a tough, I don't see the defenses, the walls there on the north to really defeat it. And so I possibly would maybe divert some of the walls from science and see if you can build up those walls. That's going to be the key to keeping the bugs at bay longer. And somebody just went down.
Yep, Warger's down the north.
Having those walls is really what's keeping SteelAxe Banana alive.
And Smithers, thanks for hitting that resub. Twitch Prime, appreciate it, man. Skullzam, how you doing? Read the chat. Zenatron, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, I agree with Moktahe. It's very disappointing that you don't see tanks. Very disappointing.
Your tank overlay was really good. It's a staple. They're both teams are dancing with the biters, trying to keep them off their base. Power has been restored. I don't think any of they've got wall going, but I don't think any of the rest of the materials going. It's too broke. I think they may be done sending science. It may just be a war of attrition now.
Yeah, and that's what I would. I'd get those walls, stop sending over to military. I mean, at least the North has what three military science builds. I'd at least close down one of those, and any walls that are built, you got to get them. I might even close down 2 of those military builds to get those walls out there, because they are just they are running rampant.
Big wave. Nefrums down, Xorian down. Wargerr is pulling them away. That's good. Warger's down. 3 down. Spawn camp. A little bit of spawn. And here they are. Now they're hostile, and they're right next to the silo. Then
this is not good. They looks like a couple of blocks of damage on the silo, but nothing. There's still the bugs are still diverted for with players.
So
other bits and bobs, as they say, across the pond.
What will happen is it won't hit from one of these that's going around. It'll hit from the second one that comes in, like that one in the northwest. That is thinking about it. As soon as the
South team, it looks like they have they're out and about diverting bugs away.
They got it under control.
Have been effective at distracting the bugs.
Look how fast those big biters eat through the wall. That's scary.
And they got the walls ready to replace them. In the north, they're just they're having problems.
Yep. Phoenix feeding another 120. It's going to be a tough putt to get it up over 50%.
They just blew up a box full of walls. That sucks. I don't know how many walls were in there, but...
right there with Ximoltus? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes. There's another box right there with 120 wall and none coming from the other side. Zoinks.
So I don't see the point in rebuilding the science there. This is, if I was to do anything, I'd look for walls.
Yeah.
You got to get these walls up, and the bugs just keep coming. And again, in the north, they're definitely on their heels.
Yep.
And they just can't. They're running, grenading, and in the south, they can stand there, hold their ground, fight. And I think it's just a matter of if on the south, if the bugs come and a couple different spots, I think they've been fortunate in that they seem, at least now, the vast majority of the bug attacks are coming on that southeastern wall, which has been beneficial.
I don't see any grenade makers. This is gonna be what's up. They're gonna run out of North is gonna run out of grenades. I don't see any grenade makers that are running. They're all part of science, and their grenade makers produce extra for their for hand fed, so they can have some walking around grenades, as they say. But yeah, they're gonna run out of grenades real quick, and then it'll be over. That point may be very, very soon. Let me see if I can find a body. Wargerr is out of grenades. Xorian still has some. Let's see if I can find a body with some on it. Xorian's out, looks like, because he's shooting.
The disaster for the north.
Yeah, they're going to run out. And meanwhile, south is sitting pretty. They're doing great.
Yeah.
Lumis is going out.
It's horde after horde on the north. They don't have the walls. They're, like you mentioned, they don't have the grenades. It is just a matter of time.
Yep. See.
And I hate to call it early, but well, here we go. Here's a less fortified area that the bugs are attacking in terms of walls. If those big biters can get through.
Patrol.
Really,
call for help. Oh, you good?
Oh,
Look at that.
He has walls.
He has walls. Call for help. Yep. Oh, those big biters. So scary. Okay, good. Yikes.
I mean, I think with the north pushing too far to get that multi-patch.
That's a weird call. Yeah.
Yeah, dealing with that multi-patch looks like a real pain in the ass. First of all, they had plenty of stone. They still got 437K of stone in their stone patch.
Bumblebee has grenades. I don't think anyone else does.
Ouch.
Yep.
And here comes, this is not looking good for the north.
Uh-oh.
And perhaps it just looks worse for, the perception is that more hordes are coming, are hitting the north.
19 grenades, I think, is their entire arsenal.
But I think a lot of the problem with the north was they just weren't able to keep them at the walls.
Yep.
So
I think that 19 grenades was the only. I only saw everyone else was running and not throwing grenades. Bumblebee was the only one throwing grenades. He just died. I checked his body and he had 19. I think they're completely out of them now. Now they're getting spawn camped. GG calls Nefrums because he's getting spawn camped now.
Yeah.
Yep. Spawn camp.
Yeah. It's over. Yeah, I think I would have.
Well, let's let this play out because last time it was super close. They still got to execute.
I would have liked to have seen a wall right about there.
Over an hour, so it's one apiece.
I would like to see a wall there. And I think that's it. I think all this extra, a lot of time spent.
Okay, we finally got a couple spitters hitting the wall now. There we go. Two of them.
Time spent up in here.
Two spitters hitting the silo. And then, there's 30 of them. There's 100 of them thinking about it.
Yeah.
TikTok.
So very compact.
Yep.
And there's a lot of stone left there. I mean, granted, you can only get so much out of the ground at any given time.
And there we go.
Yeah. She gone.
Well done. Oil was way out. Yeah,
We're
there's some
all
oil.
tied up, boys and girls.
All tied at one.
Well done.
Well done.
AntiElitz, SteelAxe Banana, Southern team. Come back from a one-loss deficit. It's all tied up, boys.
Good job. SteelAxe Bananas. Oh, how about that? One apiece. What is... No, it was near done? Yeah.
I think that, I mean, just these walls. Very compact. I don't think they got the north over 50%. So if you got the walls, you can keep those big biters back. You got the walls, you got the grenades, you got a compact footprint, minimizing those areas that the bugs can come at you.
Mm-hmm.
And since they're, you know, I would imagine, yeah. So your bugs are coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your bugs are coming in this way.
5-minute break. Okay.
And so, right, having those walls thick and ready to go,
Yeah.
small footprint, and the way that they had using that lake, there was 2 places that the bugs were coming in at the south.
Yep.
And in the north, you know, you had them coming in this way. You had them coming in this way, and they also, you know, would hit here. And they just didn't have it. And I'm not sure pushing for that extra iron really made a difference one way or the other for either team. So.
All right, so likely they will drop us from the server and restart. All right, there you go. Match number 2 is in the books. 1 for biters, 1 for bananas. The exciting conclusion. Best 2 of 3 will wrap up here in just a second. I would say that the first match was way closer than the second one. Second one looks like the bananas had it well in hand. So thank you very much for watching this video. Link to Shredguy and all the other appropriate links are down in the description below. If you have a comment, please leave it. If not, well, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.